Easily one of the more exciting and important cards issued during the 2000s. For a non-rookie production of LeBron, this has got to be in the top 10, I would think. This is a really important issue. For those who aren't aware, the 2008 PMG, this was the throwback recollection to their iconic PMG production from 1997, and this is basically, in essence, this is LeBron's PMG, just like Jordan had his in 1997. When Skybox remade their PMGs, obviously it's a whole new design, but it suffered from all the same condition issues of the 97 issue. And certainly the PMG brand, Precious Metal Gems, is just, it's one of the more iconic and important, just because it really established the highest valued cards that exist in from the 1990s, certainly. Sort of key points to note, as a retro, throwback production, is rarely did they have, LeBron in a Cavs jersey. Usually it was a high school. That's cool. And then what we have is also just the serial number run. The PMGs, when they remade them here in 2008, they were out of 50. They kept the same theme, with the greens being out of the first 10. So in theory, or in actuality, I should say, the PMG reds are out of 40 copies. This one's serial number 28, 28 of 50. And from an aesthetics perspective, it's just a glistening example. It has a lot of attributes of a gem mint card. The full bleed foil and all this, the fragile production, this is every bit as condition sensitive as the 97 production. Oftentimes there's big chunks and things missing from the surfaces. It's just a really hard card to find in high grade because the surfaces are so fragile and ornate. But from a full bleed perspective, like the edges and the corners of this card look very well preserved. We have just like a micro touch of wear to this lower right, perhaps, maybe the same in the lower left. But it's close to a 10. I mean, there's not much separating it. It's just an incredible card, easily the best we've ever seen. The PSA population report suggests that there's only 2 PSA 9s in existence. This is one of the 2. So you're basically looking at one of the finest copies that will ever surface on the market. And from an investment perspective, this checks boxes that are pretty hard to replicate, especially from the 2000s. So as we scan around the periphery, you can see there's very little signs of wear throughout. Very crisp and well conditioned, but as it sits, the card itself is just truly iconic. Very, very special. And for those investors who want to position themselves in the best from the decade, this is one of these cards that you may not get a second chance at. So delighted to have it. Wish the bidders the best of luck.